Hello, friends at Oak Chapel United Methodist Church. Thank you so much for giving us a few minutes of your time today. I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person, but I'm so glad to be able to address you in at least a video. My name is Katie Kogelman. I am the CEO of United Way of Wayne and Holmes counties. So even though United Way seems like a big brand and it's all over, we are your local United Way. We have a local board of directors. All of the money we raise stays here local to help people in our community. We do share a logo with lots of other United Ways, similar to how you share the United Methodist with other churches across the country. But that doesn't mean you're doing the same thing that other United Methodist churches are doing. And we're no different. Able to be what our community needs us to be because we are local and we're able to meet local needs. So I was asked to talk a little bit about local needs and specifically maybe food insecurity or other needs like that. So here in Wayne County, now we cover Wayne and Holmes counties, but I will keep most of my data and information really relevant to Wayne County for you. So Wayne County, we have about 13% of people who live in poverty. So that means that they are making not enough money to get by at all. And some of their expenses are subsidized by the government. So they may live in government housing or have a subsidized voucher, which means they're going to pay less than market value for rent. They may also be receiving SNAP, which is the supplemental food assistance, formerly known as food stamps. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of those changes that are coming up. They may be receiving Medicaid. So their health insurance is also being subsidized by the government. So that 13% of people in Wayne County that are getting that government assistance are the people in poverty. So they're going to be the poorest people in our community. 43% of our population in Wayne County is what we call ALICE. And that means they are asset limited, income constrained, yet employed. So this is something that you may have heard referred to as the working poor. We no longer really use that term, but that's what it means, right? It's people who are working every single day, but they're not making enough to make ends meet. And they do not qualify for the government assisted programs that I just mentioned. So that is 43% of our population. And you may be sitting at church right now and be like, well, that's me. I don't make enough to make ends meet. I'm struggling every single month to come up with money for my bills. So are 43% of other people in Wayne County. And I know myself, I raised children as a single mom. I was Alice for many, many years until my kids got out of the house and I didn't have to pay for all their expenses as well. So we know that this is a bigger portion of people in our community that really need help, but they don't get it from the government. So that's where places like Oak Chapel comes in and United Way comes in and all of our other nonprofit organizations that work really hard to make sure that people have what they need. So food assistance, I'm going to talk about that because I know you have a food pantry on site, which is wonderful. And it's so good that you have one that you don't have to be income verified. So if I was to go to the Worcester Hope Center, they're going to check my driver's license. They're going to ask me how much money I make. And if I make more than that 200% of the poverty limit, I'm not going to be able to access that food. So having places like your pantry is so important for people who are above that threshold, but still struggling every single day to make ends meet. And food has become one of the most expensive things on our household budgets, right? I mean, we used to be able to get eggs for 99 cents, right? And now they're upwards of $8 a dozen, depending on what type of eggs you prefer. Now, we are very fortunate in Wayne County and in Holmes County to be able to get farm fresh eggs for $2-3 a dozen. But that still requires you to know where they're at and who has them. And hopefully they have them left. And hopefully there's somewhere that I can put my $2 in to get my eggs, all that good stuff. So we know food is very expensive now. Recently, the federal government just changed some of the guidelines for the SNAP assistance and added additional work requirements for individuals. And I do believe that work requirements are a great thing. I work hard, and I know many of you work hard, but some of these new work requirements are a big change for people. So in a nutshell, seeing these increased regulations are going to put a strain on some of our food banks because people may not be able to meet those requirements, yet their food assistance, their SNAP benefits, their food stamps will be taken away. This impact, we are projecting to see it in May or June because it does take a couple months for like the cutoff dates and getting the paperwork in time. So we are anticipating an influx in need of food May or June, but it's not going to change the situation for those people who are not getting food stamps, the working poor of our community, the ALICE population. We know that in order to offset some of the increased costs of electricity and rent, that food is often what people decide to go without or to eat less of, which maybe some of us could eat less food, but we don't think that should be a decision for people to choose whether they eat or pay their electric bill. So we are so grateful for people like you at Oak Chapel that are stepping up and providing food as a need. And United Way is here to help people in our community. We have several resources of our own. We have employment resource funds that can help people who are working. We also partner with a network of nonprofits across 2 counties to make sure needs are met. So if you are ever in need or you know someone in need, please give them our phone number. It's 3 digits, 211, and you will get a live operator 24/7 to help you navigate through a need that you or someone that you know may have. I'm going to make sure you have plenty of adult directories and Wire Street cards for you today. So thank you so much again for giving me a few minutes of your time, and know that what you are doing is so important. We're so grateful for you. We need more people like you to step up and help. So thank you so much. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to me or one of the other fine ladies on my staff, and we will answer any of your questions. Have a great day, and thanks again for your time.